Hey everybody, Mel here, 400 AGL, and yes, I have my DJI hat on. Today I want to talk about the Mavic Mini. That's this new drone that's going to be released. 249 grams, so it stays under the FCC registration requirements. That's good for not only the US, but for lots of other places that have weight requirements. There's a lot of technology packed in this little drone. It's going to have a 1080 camera on it. It's going to be a 2.7K it'll be able to do. So it's a 2.7K camera. 3-axis motorized gimbal. It appears, based on all the images that are floating around on the internet, that it's going to have screw-on propellers. They're not going to be two halves. It's not going to be one set. It's going to be two individual propellers that pivot on the mount screws. That may prove to be interesting. It may save props when you if you break a prop, you only have to replace half of it. You may not have to replace the whole thing. So that might be good. It's not going to have obstacle avoidance. It's not going to have OcuSync. It's not going to be a 4K camera. What it is going to be is 2.4 gigahertz and 5 gigahertz band. Wi-Fi, obviously. So the range will depend on your area and how much Wi-Fi interference you might have in where you're flying. The weight is fairly small, fairly low, 249 grams. Almost, about triple of the Tello, I guess. The Tello was 80 or 90 grams or something like that. So it'll handle the wind a little bit better than the Tello would. It won't handle the wind quite as well as, say, the Spark or the Mavic Air. I have the information from the FCC database for the FCC registration on the drone, and it is in fact a 2.4 megahertz drone. It's also 5.8 megahertz, whatever that is, 5 point something. And that information is on the FCC grant database. And I'm going to share that with you just so that I can show it here. And I'm going to try and do this. I looked at this earlier. So here's the FCC website, and this is all free information. Anybody can go to it. When you look at the details on this, you should get this information right here. And when you go to this page, if you click on Frequency Band Declaration, this is where DJI tells the FCC what frequency bands the drone will be using to get the FCC approval. So I'm going to switch back over to that right now, and we're going to take a look at that. We're going to take a look at this letter from DJI to whom it may concern at the Federal Communications Commission. And dear sir or madam, we, DJI Technologies, declare that our product, Mavic Mini model number MT1 Sierra 5, so Mike Tango 1 Sierra 5 MT1 SS5, have the ability to work in 2.4 and 5G frequency bands. It goes on to show what the frequency bands are. For the purposes of marketing, the frequency band of this product sold in the U.S. are programmed and locked to work only in the 5 megahertz range. The 2.4 megahertz range will be disabled by firmware at the factory. That's right. Let's take a look at that again. The other frequencies and the 2.4 band will be disabled by firmware settings at the factory. So there's been some debate lately as to what the frequency bands and stuff are going to operate at. Some people say it's 2.4. Some people say it's the 5 gigahertz band. Some people say it absolutely does not have 2.4. I've seen all kinds of different comments made in various places. The fact is, it is 2.4 capable, and there's a possibility that DJI will do a firmware update at some point and unlock that once they decide to use that here in the United States. Or some other countries, will be allowed to use it, however that case may work out. It also says the other end users and other parties cannot have the capability to activate the other frequency bands. Applied for testing frequency bands, blah, blah, blah. There it is. So you can see what that all says, and the end user will not be able to unlock, will not have the capabilities to use these other frequency bands. So there's what that page says. I'm going to close that. Actually, I'm going to just switch this back to here, and I'm going to take a look at the test report again. Looks like DJI, they've got a report number, report date of 6/21. So back in July, I believe that's the 6th month, is when this information was first originated. And here's all the information. It's all right here on the FCC website. It's all public information. It's published and anybody can go look at it. So, oh, there you go. Sorry about that. So the other information about the drone that's floating around on the internet, it will not be compatible with the smart controller because it does not have OcuSync. It does not have any collision avoidance on it. It's going to be priced, $400 for the drone with a controller, $500 or $600 with the Flymore kit and things like that. It's going to have some kind of a charging base. There's not a whole lot of information about it. All the leaks are scrambled. They're all over the chart. So it's kind of hard to really make any good speculation. But I suspect that this drone will fly well. I suspect it'll handle a steady 5-mile-an-hour wind, maybe gusts to 10. I don't think I'd trust it in much more than that. It's too light. It's not going to be a professional grade drone. It will be usable. You can probably the current guys that are flying and making videos and things with the 2.7K camera, that'll probably do just a fine job. I know the other drones that capable of doing 2.7K look just fine when you edit the video and take a look at it, and as long as you don't blow it up too big, you're in good shape. So that's my opinion. That's what I know is out there for public access via the FCC. And 9 o'clock this morning we'll get the rest of it, because that's when the real information will come out. I even seen a guy joking that they're going to release a phone, not a drone. So kind of funny. But good luck. If you want one, I hope you get one. I hope you're able to get it quickly. Fly legal, fly safe. Have a great day.